got a product review to do. I got an addition to my gym, and I just want to do a review on it. Maybe it'll help somebody out if they go to get the same type of product. So what I got is the leg extension leg curl attachment for my bench. It's the 2-inch square side pinning leg attachment. So these videos aren't to sell any particular product. They are just to give some valuable information on my experience with products. So first of all, if you're going to get a leg extension leg curl attachment, I'm thinking you're going to want to use 45-pound plates with it. So let me grab a 45-pound plate to do my demonstration with. I should have got that ready first. Alright, so anyhow, the thing about this attachment is, the first thing, I've got some good things, I got some bad things to say about it, but the first thing I noticed whenever I got it and put it on my bench was this bar the weights go on seems to be too low. Now it could be up a little bit, so the 45-pound plate's going to hit the ground. If I go to put it on here at this position, it's on the ground right now, and this is at the lowest position this is in. So my plate's on the ground. Okay, well, it is a pole for standard weights, so it's the skinny one. So if I put a sleeve on it, it's going to bring my weight up that much further, whatever the thickness of one side of this sleeve is. So I put the sleeve on, still at the lowest setting, put the weight on, it's on the floor again. Okay? So that's the first issue. Now, the first logical thought is, we'll raise it up. Okay, I'll raise it up. Okay, that's the highest setting. Now, at the highest setting, anytime you're doing some type of a exercise where you're using a machine that has a pivot point, you're going to want to typically put that pivot point in line with the joints or the pivot point on your body. So in this situation, for a leg extension, leg curl or leg extension, either one, the pivot point on the body is going to be the knees. So luckily for leg extensions, I like to have the bottom of my bench at this right here, this incline, and then I can incline the back. It's not too bad. But the thing about having this at an incline is it puts my quads in a position so that they're almost like they are under more tension. So it's kind of like doing a bicep curl in an incline bench, keeping them biceps under tension. Same principle here. So, but they're not under constant tension, but they are under more tension because of that incline. So for that reason, and I'm a tall person, if I didn't have this raised all the way up, my heels are hitting right now. But I can keep my feet in a way that they won't hit. This is at the highest position, so I can do some decent leg extensions with this machine. But when you go to doing the leg curl, that's when the issue comes as far as the weight goes hitting the ground. Because again, in the leg curl, you want to try to get this joint in line with your joints, your knees. So in order to keep this from hitting the ground, I have to have this thing all the way up, unless I'm using smaller plates. Keep in mind, I'm talking about using 45-pound plates here, and I'm also talking about the fact that my height on leg extensions has me keeping this up high to keep from hitting my heels. It works out there, but for the leg curls, it's a totally different story. So leg curls, I'm in this bench. I can do them, but from the beginning, I have already started in a less favorable position. You would want your legs down so that your hamstrings are all the way stretched their length to get a full contraction and then whatever the opposite of a contraction is. So anyhow, I can do these. It's just not optimal. So I'm going to be able to use it. See how whenever it comes up here, it wants to come up beyond that? See, now it's on my hamstring, and I would have to kick this to get this back down. So for that reason, having this thing up high for leg curls, it's not going to be good. So what I've decided to do is I'm just going to get some 4x4 blocks and make some feet for this thing and raise this bench up off the ground not a rough cut 4x4, but a finished 4x4 is 3.5 inches. So if I get a 4x4 under this thing, I'm going to bring myself up 3.5 inches from the ground, theoretically, meaning I can take this attachment down 3.5 more inches. And at that point, I'll be at the lowest point, and I'll go ahead and put it down like that. At the lowest point, which a 25 is going to almost hit the ground with that. So, but at the lowest point, my legs are completely out, and I have to really go up to get it up on my hamstrings again. But I won't even need to go that high. So, see, it's still doing it. So that's pretty much the issue with the leg curl leg extension attachment. And the other thing is, if you're going to get one of these leg curl leg extension attachments, when you have this thing in here, there's some wobble to it. The pin is pinning side to side, so that bar's down in there, that pin's going through it, so that's going to give it a little bit of wiggle room this way. Well, my bench was made with this. There's a knob right here to take that out. So I'm going to push, tighten that, and all that's doing is that rod that's down in there, tighten it in. So now it doesn't move. There's no play to it. So if you're going to get a leg attachment, leg curl leg extension attachment, these are going to be the things that you would want to consider before getting it. If I had to do it over, I would have tried to find one that had this pole positioned up higher on here. And with this on here, see, with that on there, I've still got a good 4 to 5 inch gap. So if that bar was up another 2.5 inches, that would really help. So, but I shopped on Amazon. I found what I could find. This is the Exmark and side pinning. So I got what I could find. Had to do it over. I'd definitely try to find one that has the pole up higher on it. So that is pretty much all I have to say at this time on my leg curl leg extension attachment. Haven't used it yet. I've been off. I haven't worked out for 3 days. Yesterday was my 3rd day off, so gonna hit it back hard today, switching up my routine a little bit. So anyways, I start with legs. I'll be using this today. Point being, at the moment, that's all I really have to say about it. Once I get into using it, if there's something else I feel that's valuable for somebody to know, then I'll do an update video about that. So hopefully that was useful.